Hello, Running Fit fam. Raise your hand if you've ever struggled with tight, relentless, nagging calf muscles. Like actually this morning while I was halfway through my run, I'm coming up to a hill and man, if my left calf doesn't feel insanely tight and tired, this was actually a sign that I need to strengthen my calf muscles further. So if that's you, we're going to dive into some exercises you're going to love this week. Because if you've ever massage gun, foam rolled, or used one of those muscle scrapers and the calf tightness just keeps coming back and you can't seem to fix it, it's not that you're not recovering correctly. It's probably that your calf muscles need a little extra help in TLC getting stronger than what they already are. So let's hop in. First thing first, Running Fit fam, let's look at how not to do a calf raise. On my left heel, you're going to see my heel winging in and out. On the right side, you're going to see something similar, but I want you to pay attention to this curved arrow that pops up. That curved arrow is actually following the curve of my heel when I do not control the calf raise in a nice way. You're going to see in the second half of this clip how nice up and down my heel is moving. It's like a line was drawn from the back of my knee all the way down to the ground. That is what I want your calf raise to look like. Let me introduce you to the wall push. This is the foundation for a lot of our exercises today. You're going to be in this almost half plank position on the wall. Both hands are going to be pushing. Bring one high knee up like you're running. The same side arm is going to sweep back. What we're going to do is progress this position multiple times. But let's start with the basics. We're going to do a double leg calf raise up, single leg calf raise down with both arms on the wall still. If you're feeling adventurous, then you can actually introduce the sweeping the arm back. But I suggest only doing that when you're already ready to come down and do that single leg calf raise. What's important here is control, is that good form that we talked about at the beginning. Now I'm leaving in like a couple blooper clips because I want you to see how I struggle at the end of this because I can feel my heel wiggling in and out. And it's okay if yours does too. Now hear me out before you call this too basic. Yes, you are literally standing on your tippy toes. We're bringing one knee up, so resembling your running stride. We're coming up into that single leg calf raise, and you are trying to hold this here for 5 to 10 seconds. Honestly, I struggled to make it to 5 seconds, so that's what we did today. Now, it is okay to be tapping your fingers on a wall, on a pedestal, whatever you have next to you. It's okay to support your balance in some way. But what you're going to feel is maybe your foot start to shake. It's going to try to scoop inward or outward. I know my heel likes to wiggle side to side. These are all signs of fatigue and areas we need to work on. Ideally, none of that shaking or quaking happens. We stay nice and tall and strong in that position. Now, let's say that's pretty easy for you. You feel very solid. You can hold this on both sides for 5 to 10 seconds. Not a problem. It's time to load it up. So that's why I grabbed just a 10-pound weight here. Honestly, that didn't feel like too much. But even though it was not hard to come up into that calf raise, man, I had a hard time holding that balance. It was a rough go. So it is okay to take your time balancing here. This is still strengthening things in a stability kind of way. This is my version of a knee bent calf raise. I need you to sit deeply into this elongated runner's lunge position, and I need you to put 90% of your body weight on that front leg because as this gets harder, your body will try to cheat and it'll try to push your body weight on the back leg, but you're not going to let that happen. You're also going to focus on not letting that heel slam back to earth because we are asking a lot out of your calf muscles right now, and that is part of building that strength here. You can also add a weight onto your knee, but I will admit I kind of cowered it out because I didn't sit deeply enough into this lunge to get a good enough seat for that weight. So watch that for yourself. I bet you thought we were done. Well, we're not. Another way to make this spicier and really involve your foot muscles on top of asking for more foot and ankle stability is to place your foot on something. Do not use something rolly like I did here. It's what I had at the gym. A towel roll, like a really firm one, or a pool noodle work great. This is just a way to mount the ball of your foot firmly on something. So it's almost like 1/3 of your foot is on a surface, and you do the same elongated runner's lunge calf raise here. What this does is further torch, further strengthen all those itty bitty muscles that you use for running with every stride. And you're back, Running Fit fam. Now, if you're thinking those exercises are entirely too easy for me because I use 30-pound dumbbells when I do my calf raises, I want you to pay attention still, because it's not a bad thing that you can use that much weight. I want you to eventually be able to load up your calf raises, but something that has been nagging me for literal years as a physical therapist is watching really poor form when it comes to calf raises. And here's what I mean. I myself will actually come up into a calf raise, and instead of my toes and my ankles being in one nice straight line, my heels will actually kick out to the side, and sometimes my feet will actually scoop a little bit too. These are signs that we actually need to reprogram how we use our calf muscle. Think of it this way. It's kind of like making a recipe. You have step 1, step 2, step 3, and you don't do them in the right order, you're not going to end up with the casserole that you're looking for. Something similar happens when we do a movement pattern like a calf raise, when we're running something very functional over and over and over again, but not quite in the right order. What these specific exercises do is help you reprogram how to use your calf muscle in the way that you need to for running in the correct sequence. And it teaches your brain how to automatically do that over and over again perfectly. So take your time going through these regardless of how heavy you're lifting, because what I want you to do is learn these little techniques, learn this wonderful form, and then carry that over into your regularly weighted calf raises and see if it feels or makes a difference. Because I will promise you, when your calves not only can perform that plantar flexion or that running stride over and over again with the correct movement, you're going to be less fatigued and your runs are going to feel better and you're going to feel stronger. So really, what do you have to lose for trying these out? Last thing I want to touch on, that last exercise where you're in the elongated runner's lunge and you're doing that little calf raise with your knee bent. This is specifically hitting your soleus. Now, your soleus is kind of the little brother to the big gastroc muscle that we always think about, but there are actually a lot of other itty bitty stabilizing muscles that are very long and kind of thinner, but we don't think about them because they run along each side of the ankle. Those are actually extremely important because they continue to help you to do that running stride motion. So don't miss out on these exercises, even if they look basic, because you have more than just your gastroc in your leg that's helping you run. So enough of that. If you made it this far into the video, you know what I need you to do. I need you to subscribe so we can hang out more often. And until next time, Running Fit fam, dare to train differently.